video. Let's watch a warm-up video. Frickin', I can say that word. I'm like sitting here evaluating every single statement right now, wondering what's going on. A man put cheese-making ingredients between his legs. This is what happened. You guys want to find out? To me, I think a lot of possibilities could have happened. Maybe he grew supersized testicles so large that he literally could single-handedly repopulate the entire planet by himself. Or maybe he just got cancer. We'll have to find out.
Hi, Dr. Bernard.
Hi, Dr. Bernard. Snackers, take this serious. This is a
Filian,
serious video.
Have you tried Laffy Taffy?
No. I mean, wait, I have tried Laffy Taffy. I was about to say, that junk's mid-tier. That junk's mid-tier at best, bro. Alright, here.
Time to eat some cheese nuts.
No! Snackers, take this video seriously! This is a serious medical diagnosis right here. One where the prognosis could change our lives. In case you find yourself in this situation, you best need to be prepared. Therefore, take this video seriously. I don't want a single giggle in the classroom, not a single snicker. Nothing, you hear me? And if I caught you guys laughing at enjoying our test subject's misery, you're going to be punished. Alright, let's get it. Dude, why is this word so bad? Okay, let's go. Butcha.
The point of this video, which is based off a case published in literature, is to tell you, if you don't need to put it in your body, don't put it in your body.
Attempted self-cast with bilateral intratesticular injections of calcium chloride. What?
There's no turning back from intentionally causing permanent damage to it. A man bought a cheese-making kit on the internet. He took one of the ingredients and injected it in between his legs. This is what happened to his testes. CC
What are you doing?
Whenever.
is a 28-year-old man presenting to the emergency room with suprapubic pain.
He tried to make his nuts into the Hulk. Why? I don't know.
And pubic referring to the region.
You know, chat, you use calcium to build strong bones. For him, he must have got the memo wrong. He thought he heard strong balls. I don't know.
Between the legs.
Okay.
1 week earlier, CC had been living his regular life, which meant something was wrong. Every day, he'd see people and he just couldn't get certain thoughts about them out of his head. These thoughts would seep into his mind and he had to control himself, staring blankly into the void in an effort to mask everything racing through his head. He would think...
Oh, we found the new reviewer. Okay. Wait, chat, we found the anime protagonist.
about doing very specific and explicit activities with every single
average
person.
snacker? You guys aren't like that, are you guys? You guys aren't actually like that. Average VTuber watcher facts. Come on.
Face to face, and those thoughts would linger in his mind, and finally, he'd have to go to the bathroom to fix himself up, just to have those same thoughts rush right back into his head afterwards. These compulsive fantasies were ruining his life. CC couldn't remember a time when he didn't have these thoughts. When he finished college and started working...
Yeah, this dude was bored and he's just like, yeah, baby, just touch my first coochie. What?
He immediately realized that he had to keep himself under control because expressing any hint that his mind was even bordering into this territory was not only taboo, but it would completely ruin his livelihood.
Okay.
On the internet, looking for help, CC came across some image boards that referred him to a forum.
An image board that referred him to a forum?
Where he would find people spreading around information that he thought could help him fix himself.
He went to, wait. Is Reddit an image board? What do they consider? So he went to Reddit. 4chan? Wait, what? So this guy went to 4chan for advice on his problem with being down bad. They said, go to Reddit. Reddit said remove your testicles. So 4chan is responsible for femboys. I guess, or maybe Reddit is. You know, they're in league together.
Taking some of these leads, he started doing his own research. Over the years, he studied this topic closely. At first, he started reading more about chemicals that could be put into his body directly to the pair where he believed all this wrongdoing originated from. But he noticed that most of the scientific papers that he'd follow were all veterinarian studies.
Yeah.
There was hardly any human data on this. But as he kept reading more and more, he started extrapolating this information before finally coming to his own conclusion.
It is 4chan! He's on the website! Look, you can see Arceus!
Of exactly what he was going to do because he needed to get these thoughts out of his head.
Dang.
Shopping on
4chan's like +1 femboy.
line.
Ain't no
CC
way.
serendipitously came across a cheese-making kit that contained exactly what he was looking for.
Chat, be honest with yourselves. Do you guys go on 4chan or not? Who here are the Redditors of 4chan? What do you guys even talk about over there? No? Like, what even happens on that website, bro?
He picked up his package. He extracted
The one time I hear about this website, someone's injecting their nuts with calcium chloride.
the liquid and applied it in between his legs. Immediately after plunging the syringe, CC felt a burn.
Ooh!
At first, he was more scared of the needle, which he didn't think that he could feel. But as he
Yes,
plunged
boss.
another syringe's contents in a
Understood.
second time,
We will not
finishing
laugh
off
as we
the
enjoy
pair,
these
he
chessy
knew that
cheesy
he
nuts.
could feel something.
It
As the
ain't
days
easy being
passed,
cheesy.
CC would wake up at night in a pool of his own sweat.
What are you doing?
Sometimes, randomly, he'd feel a dull, burning sensation just under his stomach. But as the time continued, his pain would get worse and worse until
Snickers,
finally he
but I
couldn't
heard
take it
somewhere
anymore
that
as he drives
Snickers really satisfy you.
They do.
himself to the emergency room where we are now. At examination, CC.
Do you think if you
No
remove...
Snickers, but Snickers really satisfy you.
Chat, if you remove your testicles, do you end up being not down bad anymore? Does that actually work or not?
Suprapubic pain can be caused by many different problems.
Asher,
and he
thank
told
you.
the medical team that he had
No?
been experiencing night
Kind of.
sweats and anxiety. These
No.
could be associated with a previous
But
diagnosis
wait, don't your balls make testosterone and testosterone makes you down bad? That's how it works, right?
of depression that he got a few years ago, but he also told them about it.
Someone in chat just says, why are you so weird? I don't know, man. I'm just out here on the internet asking questions for the... Someone's gotta know, you know? Someone's gotta know these questions. Someone's gotta know these answers. I am bringing to light deep societal questions.
Filian, what are you doing after this video you're watching?
I'm going to Cece's Pizza, the best
burning
pizza on the
between his
planet.
legs.
Am I right?
Sounds like someone had a bad spring break.
Okay.
Noticeable decrease in testicular size without telling them anything more, and this gives the medical team some clues of where to start looking. A scrotal ultrasound finds two large spherical masses, one in each testicle.
Hey,
Unsure
spherical-
I hope
masses?
Chad doesn't realize this is the story of my life and how I was in fact a Filipino.
Oh yeah, this is my
boy.
origin story. Yeah. Sorry, no, this is not you giggle you wiggle yet. We're not there yet.
exactly
I'm
what this
warming up.
was. The medical team asked if CC would have any possible idea of what this could be, and his answer would start to explain to them most of what's happening. The cheese-making kit had included calcium chloride,
Yeah.
an ingredient used to increase
Calcium chloride. I'm having a guess here that what happens when you inject this junk into your nuts is that the calcium eventually becomes combined with things in your body and it crystallizes and you end up with just like metallic lumps for nuts. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think it's gonna harden, right? It's gonna turn into effing infinity stones. He's gonna make his nuts into infinity stones.
calcium content in
And
milk.
then Ant-Man's gonna take them out and give them to Thanos.
Because when pasteurization happens, the changed milk proteins and fats make coagulation difficult for cheese production. This doesn't happen if raw milk is used to make cheese, but at least in many parts of the United States, raw milk is unlawful milk.
What?
Calcium in the right amounts
Wait, what's
in
wrong
the
with raw
body is
milk?
required for normal function. Your bones are made of it. But excesses of calcium can cause problems like we're seeing in CC.
Okay.
Calcium chloride is a salt, similar macroscopically to table salt, which is sodium chloride.
Wait!
The joining
Can you just eat calcium chloride then? Or no? Wait, so he injected salt into his nuts. Wait, what? Can you try it? Let me Google. Wait, I want to eat it. Is it forbidden or not? Can you eat calcium chloride? I have to know. I got an achievement. Acquired salty nuts facts. If ingested, it can lead to burns in the mouth and the throat. Oh. Can also irritate skin. Why? Why is calcium chloride bad, but sodium chloride good? Calcium chloride does not negatively impact plant life, okay? So plants like calcium, and then humans like sodium, I guess. Which is better? Huh? To eat. Which is to eat. What's the difference? Okay. Sodium chloride, calcium, they're both chloride salts. They're added to foods during manufacturing. They act very differently. Okay. The difference in salt is seen as part of the sodium and calcium since they're broken down. Yeah. Okay. So what's calcium do? Substituted for sodium chloride in foods, provides a salty flavor while reducing the food's sodium content. What? Provides a longer shelf life, so you can eat it.
I know I said something about something hard and well,
it's edible. Wait, am I crazy? Can I buy this and eat it? He got it from a cheese making kit. Why would it not be edible? We can eat calcium chloride. Yeah. What if my nuts turn into rocks? I'd be like Kirby. I'd get a transformation. It's dangerous in high concentrations. Okay, but what about a little bit? Just a little bit of calcium chloride. You know? Don't do it. Why not? Someone explain to me. Just a little pinch. A little Gordon Ramsay. You know, Salt Bay. You know? Whatever. I'll put on the back burner. Just a little bit. I just want a little bit. Just a little bit. Whatever. Okay, fine. Okay, chat. Don't eat that, I think. I don't know. I might. Don't. What?
Of positive and negative charged ions.
Let's just see what happens to this dude. If he dies, I won't eat it.
Dissolves in water. Calcium is the most common mineral in the body, but like sodium and potassium close by on the periodic table of elements, it's also an electrolyte that's important in signaling in the body, telling tissues and organs to do things.
You'll eat that, but not a scorpion? What? Chad, would you rather eat a pinch of calcium chloride or a little scorpion?
Filian calcium chloride is road set and ice melt salt. It is not safe to ingest. You will be hospitalized.
You would rather eat a scorpion? Wow, you guys have bad priorities.
While sodium is mostly
I'm disappointed.
Salt form reacts with the saliva and becomes acid, thus burning your mouth.
Okay, but it's just a little bit.
As an electrolyte is different because it's inside cells, but most of it is sequestered even deeper inside cell organelles. But why is it like that? Sodium, because there's so much of it floating around in the body, is often used to start a signal by going into a cell.
Right.
Potassium is often exchanged out to further that signal.
Right.
But once calcium is involved, that signal is committed. Take, for example, muscle contraction. Sodium rushes into the muscle cell to initiate the contraction. Potassium is exchanged out of the muscle cell to balance the sodium going in, and calcium commits to the contraction, and we know that you can't terminate a muscle contraction midway through.
Wait, so if you have a lot of calcium in your body, your muscles contract and they can't uncontract.
And humans have more than one kind of muscle.
What?
Skeletal muscle moves our arms and legs.
Yeah?
But the stomach and the GI tract are made of smooth muscle, and the heart is also made of muscle, and so are the blood vessels. All of which need calcium to signal to commit to a contraction.
Okay.
But the body runs on more signals than just that.
Okay.
Normally, different parts of the body will need to communicate with one another, and sometimes these parts are physically far away. They're not directly attached.
Right.
So the body will employ hormones, which are chemical messengers secreted into the blood to
which is what this guy is suffering from.
This communication, and that initial hormone release can be signaled by calcium.
Okay.
Cells can't be alive forever because while the person
so he's gonna release more hormones now.
Replicating, meaning that there can be too many if they all live forever. Programmed cell death, or
apoptosis.
Apoptosis has a signal start from a large release of calcium from the stores inside the cell. All of this giving us some clues as to what's
If you eat a bunch of calcium, it makes your cells commit not alive. Oh!
To CC.
Wait! He put it into his nuts! He put it into his nuts! No!
That this shrinkage was happening at a
Wait, is this a tomato with calcium?
time when a terrible burning pain was present in the region.
His nuts are shriveling!
If blood vessels are a kind of muscle, and the parts in between the legs are highly vascularized, then CC injecting calcium chloride into this soft tissue that has a lot of blood vessels in it means that possibly the sudden massive inflammation.
He shrunk his nuts. He could have just taken testosterone shots for that, or whatever the frick, steroids.
Committed a muscle contraction in the blood vessels. This vasoconstriction.
Can we skip to the point where you learn if this guy was watching VTubers or not? Chat, you already know he was.
This wouldn't be CC's only problem. A sudden injection of calcium.
Wait a second. This dude was on 4chan, and he was a virgin. And he injected his nuts to no longer feel down bad. This guy is the penultimate 4chaner.
Could be taken by cells as an apoptotic signal, causing them to suddenly die. This kind of injury is well known when calcium chloride is injected, usually into a blood vessel through the skin.
Like, if Redditors wear fedoras, 4chaners shrink their nuts.
Extravasation. Then the dead skin tissue activates the immune system, causing even more damage. Luckily for CC, the region to which he applied his calcium chloride is known to be immune privileged.
What does that
meaning
mean?
That white blood cells and inflammation typically don't happen there, likely in an effort to not damage the reproductive cells. The medical team wouldn't know for sure the extent of inflammation that could be happening in CC without going in and taking tissue samples of his
they're removing his testicles!
Could cause even more damage.
He's getting what he wanted, but he doesn't want it this way!
Could be due to a different mechanism.
No!
Remember the scrotal ultrasound?
The scrotal ultrasound?
Well, the thing about salts is that some of them don't dissolve in water.
Okay.
While calcium chloride is water soluble, the body has other negative ions floating around, one of which is phosphate, most notably from adenosine triphosphate, also known as ATP, and is the molecule used by cells for
that's for energy.
Calcium phosphate is one salt that doesn't
Nice,
dissolve
that's some beautiful modern art right there.
water. It becomes a solid, and it could be the cause of these masses.
Someone give me a
these
sledgehammer.
Calcified masses of necrotic tissue.
Necrotic
it's
tissue.
Disrupting normal function.
This is a goddamn necromancer now.
Blood test, it suggests.
Chad, if you're a virgin at age 33, you become a wizard. If you inject your testicles at age 33, you become a necromancer. You pick your poison.
DC could have hypogonadal function.
Hypogonadal function?
Gonadal referring to gonad, the organ that produces gametes, or haploid cells that have...
If this is you laugh, use that would have... -1 sub. If this were you giggle, you wiggle, I would have lost so hard. Frick.
One set of chromosomes, but in this case, relying on a biomarker level for specific...
Imagine getting your prognosis from your doctor, and he's like, I'm sorry, sir, you have hypogonadal function. And you're like, what does that mean? And he's like, nuts no work.
As someone who works in the mining industry, do not eat calcium chloride.
Level was 7%.
We use it in gold processing and have to use proper PP like a full face mask to prevent from entering
Sorry,
the
sir,
body
your
and
balls
then toxins
died.
to the body.
There isn't an antidote that they can give that would suddenly reverse the soft tissue damage
Whenever
they can give him medicine for the pain. They can give him supportive care. But there isn't anything that they can do to suddenly regrow him a brand new set of testicles.
No!
In the hospital, calcium chloride can be an intravenous medicine that's used in hospitals to treat
His balls are dead.
Hypo meaning low, calci referring to calcium, and
Emia meaning presence in blood.
Whenever,
like bluggy.
The problem is, calcium chloride is known to have that very high risk of extravasation injury to the skin because the route of administration is through a needle.
Right.
Some of the calcium chloride can drip out and splash around under the skin, causing tissue necrosis. If you touch some calcium chloride with unbroken skin, it probably won't cause a burn because there's protective proteins on the outermost layer of the skin. The needles penetrate deeper where those proteins aren't present. All of this to say, in the hospital, we typically elect to use calcium gluconate instead, which is calcium attached to a sugar molecule. This contains less elemental calcium, which then decreases the risk of this injury.
Got it.
This soft tissue damage that happens gives us an idea of why calcium chloride caused CC to have what looks like testicular shrinkage, hypogonadal function, suprapubic pain, and scrotal mass.
Imagine waking up and your nuts just look like this.
at the site of his injection. The mechanisms are relatively unclear, but we know that calcium chloride dissolving in water creates heat. Calcium complexes with at least phosphate to create a water-insoluble salt. We know that it commits to signals, including one that induces cell death, and it can cause oxidative stress and damage to cells when present in large quantities, which is why cells choose to sequester calcium inside specialized organelles, only releasing it when it's needed.
Calcium is
this
dangerous.
Is something that we're not going to have a lot of information on in humans because you can't, or at least
don't eat calcium, boys. Don't drink milk.
Inject this in there, knowing that you can cause permanent damage. The veterinarian studies that CC likely came across highlight that this can be a standard practice in some animals, if that's what you want to do. But our best bet here to know CC's course is really just extrapolation from both of these animal reports and the background knowledge that calcium chloride specifically has a high propensity of calcinosis due to extravasation injury in soft tissue.
Right.
At 2-month follow-up, CC appeared to be in better spirits with no more suprapubic pain, no more night sweats, and no more anxiety. He started to feel like his regular self once again, unknown the extent of permanent damage that may have been caused by the self-inflicted episode.
No
so,
calcium.
We can say that he
what
appeared
about
to
my rickets and
to be honest though, it doesn't matter if his nuts are broken. I don't think he was using them. But you never know. Alright. Alright. He lived! So listen, chat, if he can do it, I can have just a little bit. Just a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Maybe a little bit. Oh, something to his nuts. True. Natural selection.